Hi there. So today I want to talk about control issues. Yes, control issues. We all have them. Most of us have them. I have them for sure. And I had to learn the hard way to let go and just trust that God is going to take care of everything. Trust that the universe will handle it because I raised my children and gave them a toolbox full of tools on how to cope with certain parts of their lives. Just growing up at the playing with your friends, sharing all that stuff, just like regular raising kids stuff. But by me controlling the narrative of their lives or telling them what they should do or injecting myself all the time is kind of that's how I control. I inject my opinion all the time. And I had to learn the hard way that no, I can't do that. I have to just let them fall, let them make those mistakes. Because if I don't do that, then how are they going to ever learn to cope with anything if I keep controlling the narrative or controlling their lives that way? And I get this in my readings a lot, and I get it from these great parents, right? They're awesome, they're loving human beings, and yet their children are struggling because they can't live up to their expectations. Pretty much that's what it is. They can't live up to the parents' expectations. And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, you should have expectations of your kids. There's a difference between having expectations of your children and seeing the potential of your children. Like you can treat them at their potential, right? But if you give them expectations, what they're hearing a lot of times is you're not going to love me as much unless I meet those expectations. That's what they're hearing. That's what they're feeling. Sometimes you have to just go out there and tell your children, I love you just because you're breathing. Just because you're breathing. Like, I just love you for that. And I did tell one of my clients that one time, and I told her, I think maybe just letting your daughter know that you just love her because she exists. That changed the trajectory of her life when she did that to her. Because the daughter felt that she had to please her mother at every turn. And so, by her saying that, she just like dropped her guard and was able to pursue something that she really loved, which was art. And she's doing amazing. And she wasn't the economic student that her mother wanted her to be. So that's what happens sometimes. You just have to see your children and see who they are. Part of like our journey too is finding out who we are, right? And they need to do that. And the only way they can do that is by falling and figuring things out. Trust me, it's getting out of that comfort zone. Like, I really don't like doing these TikToks. I know it's going to seem like I really like to do these. I really don't. I really don't. But I will tell you why I'm doing them. I'm doing them because I get so much information from my readings that I want to be able to share those. Because if I can share that with you, and it's something that I say may resonate, then that's awesome. And something I may say may make you mad, that's okay too. It's all right. Believe me, I don't have all the answers. I'm on this journey with you. I made more mistakes probably than I can count. So if I can help you just a little bit, then I've done my job. Have a great day.